esa buena. I gotta tell you, good morning and welcome back to Sunrise. All of you on holidays. I know some of you are still probably in Portland right now, still in Ocho Rios, still in the grill, right? And having a great time. But I also implore you to party and party responsibly. And let us all have good, clean fun.
You know what else I'm imploring them? Just especially those parties on the North Coast Highway, that stretch. Drive responsibly.
Please.
If there's going to be congestion, there's going to be congestion because there's only so much the police can do when a certain number of vehicles are on a roadway. So just be patient. And if you descend into chaos, then it's going to cause chaos.
For everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah. And you're not going to enjoy the party. Yeah, you probably don't even reach.
You're not going to reach.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and I say this, Dennis, you can't really be late to go to a party, right? Kind of every year go. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So just be responsible, stay calm, and please be respectful of the law and respectful of other motorists and pedestrians, okay? So, summer school is out, but summer is still in.
Indeed.
And that doesn't mean learning for our kids should be put on pause. So this morning, we'll step into the kids edition of Money Masterclass because it's never too early to start exposing them to financial literacy. So calling all kids, calling all parents, grab your cup of Milo, grab your cup of tea, grab your cup of Horlicks because it's time to learn about compound interest. Please check this video out.
Today, my granddad said a very funny thing. He was checking his bank and he said,
compound interest. I love it.
You love paying interest? I asked.
Oh no, not paying interest. I love receiving interest on my savings.
He chuckled. Oh, that does sound good. But what is compound interest? This sounded interesting. Get it? Interest? Interesting? My granddad laughed and said,
compound interest is interest on interest.
Huh? That sounded a bit weird to me. He explained.
Compound interest helps your money increase over time, and your money will grow at a faster pace than just plain old simple interest. Let me give you an example,
he said.
If you have £1,000 and you find a very generous bank that will give you 10% compound interest, in the first year, your money will be worth £1,100.
My granddad saw my puzzled expression and explained a bit more.
Well, 10% of £1,000 is £100. So add it together, and that means you have £1,100 in the bank. But here is the interesting part. The next year you have 1,100 in the bank, and so you get 10% interest on the original 1,000 and the 100 interest you made last year. So this year you get 10% of £1,100. Basically, the original amount and any interest you earned.
Oh, now I get it. I laughed. Interest on interest. So does that mean you actually now have £1,210?
That's it exactly.
My granddad chuckled. I had an idea. So if I saved some pocket money and didn't take any out of the bank for a long time, it would be worth a lot more than what I put in, I asked.
Correct, Granddad said. It is important that you take note of the different interest rates that banks are giving you so you can find a good rate.
What does a good rate mean? I asked.
Great question, Jamal,
my granddad said.
There are different types of savings accounts, like a bank account. This usually only gives a small amount of interest, but is very low risk.
So that won't make as much money, I said.
Correct. If you are saving for the longer term, like a deposit for your house to go to university, or even for your retirement, like me, then you can look at investing your money in growing companies and funds. The interest is higher, but so is the risk.
Maybe you could help me look at these, Grandad, I said.
I certainly can. It is all about risk and reward, but that is for another day.
Then he sent me a challenge.
Think of my example. If you kept them £1,000 in the bank for 10 years, what would it be worth if you had a compound interest rate of 10% per year?
I thought. I will have to get my thinking cap on. I will see you soon. I have some calculations to do.
That was a great video from Learning Mole, all right, and a great way to introduce children. I always say, like, age appropriately.
Yes.
Introduce them to certain concepts.
Yes.
And they trust me, they understand more than you think.
Absolutely.
They will be able, and talk to them like them have sense.
Yes.
Talk to them.
But Dennis, I remember
like
when we were in primary school and everybody had their little bank books, you know what I mean? You felt so good to put money in there, and your parents, you know, used to inculcate the idea of saving, you know, saving. Now though, we have to change that a little and, you know, introduce them to investing, introduce them to different things. But I do think even in the curriculum, and maybe we should have a talk with the Minister of Education about introducing financial literacy as a subject in school, how to manage money, how to manage your household, how to budget. Because when you're already an adult set in your ways, it's going to be very difficult to re-socialize and rewire your brain. But if you teach me, just like we have math class on our timetable, you have maths, you have Spanish, we have financial literacy. How do you put your money? How do you know compound interest? How to put, you know what I mean? I think that it would make better citizens.
That financial literacy and money is a part of our socialization.
Yes.
So you're not going to re-socialize, because you are going to be socialized around money one way or the other.
Yeah.
The way you stay when it comes to money is influenced by the socialization agents that you were exposed to. So some people are good with money because people around them when they were children are good with money, and some people are bad with money for the same reason. Some people spend the way they spend because of their socialization. So we stay in the way we're going to be socialized one way or the other, you know. So might as well you be deliberate and purposeful about it, all right? That was Money Masterclass. It was brought to you by Guardian Life. Guess what? TK is back with the news in just a moment.